Niggas know I'm in the studio. Playing cards like it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Head talk like I'm Julio. It's your boy Molly. And we back with a new video, man. You know what I'm saying? Today's reaction, we got the rapper who killed 11 people. Bloodhound. Legend. You know what I'm saying? The hat catcher. Feel me? Um, hey, bro. Let's see what this shit talking about. Bro, let's see what this shit
Reputation
timing.
has always mattered in hip hop. If you
Shit.
say something, there's a sense that you need to be able to say it verifiably. But it seems like this is only unique to rappers. After all, it's not like anyone
This
asked
nigga
Freddie
is
Mercury of
crazy.
Queen, Tom Jones, or Johnny Cash if they really killed people when they claimed they caught bodies on songs. Yet, in the warped world of drill music,
I
the
know I
more
had
dirt
to
you do,
put
the
the
more
ski on, you
lucrative
know what
your
I'm saying?
rap
It's only
career
right.
becomes.
We talking
However,
about, you know what I'm
there's two
saying? Talking
sides
about
to
catching
becoming
hats and stuff.
infamous. Because while it may
Yeah.
bring you success in the short term, the notoriety of being a famous shooter makes you an even bigger target in the streets, and might mean that you aren't around to savor the work you put in to make your life better. And for this Chi-Town gangster, he was too far gone to ever be redeemed. It's your boy Luesta, and this is the horrifying story of Bloodhound Lil Jeff, the drill rapper who took out 11 people before passing
11
on
hats
in
is
just as violent a fashion himself.
11 hats is
Raised
crazy.
by a single mother in Chi-Town,
He's
Jeffrey Harris
how
never
old is
had it
he?
easy. In fact, he was almost capped inadvertently at the
Ain't he
age
young
of
as hell?
14 when his house was shot up due to his older brother's own gang ties. Meanwhile, his father, who wasn't around, allegedly had ties to 068 C Block. Hailing from 79th Street and Maryland Avenue on the east side, this is Black Disciples territory. And eventually, Jeff threw caution to the wind when his dreams of basketball were over.
I was 16. I was trying to play basketball, but that's around the time I ain't make the varsity team. So at 16 was when I was realizing this shit real.
Damn, bro.
I'm gonna do.
He ain't make the team. He started shooting niggas. I ain't make the team.
Left with no direction,
Shit.
he soon found himself in the waiting
I ain't do
arms of
nothing.
gang life. Founded in 2015 as an offshoot of gangs known as Braindead and Drill City 079, Lil Jeff swore allegiance to the Bloodhound crew when he hopped off the porch at the age of 18. Pitted against
How was
enemies
that
like
porch?
BKN, Trap City, 800, and the 8-Tray Mob among others, Jeff put the same level of dedication he once gave to his hoop dreams to terrorizing his ops. From his earliest days as an affiliate, he flagrantly
Hey. I know a couple people who like, you know what I'm saying, used to have hoop dreams, used to have football dreams, NFL dreams. And they turned out to be a little Jeff, you know what I'm saying?
bragged about robberies, and insisted he wasn't scared of anyone.
Don't lie to me now. I know at least one person.
It wasn't him, but it was another. I'm gonna show y'all. Look, first he had on. It's him right here. Ooh, I see he ain't had none of this shit. What a burst was that? Man, look, we exposing this nigga, cuz his ass is fucking. Show that dick. We got that.
He said we exposing in the cut.
I'm having my way in Chicago, Illinois.
Now we got another rose. Hey man, get them people they shit back. Psych.
Them they should never been trying to kick it down the line of green.
He took a nigga chain. Yo, what?
$10 to cost him his whole hustle career. Everything he worked hard for.
He took his
However,
took his
the
wrist
bulk of some
piece too.
individuals do this without having any genuine commitment to
He
the
took the
cause.
wrist
This
piece?
certainly wasn't the case with Lil Jeff. In fact, he didn't even seem to care if he got imprisoned, considering he literally attempted a drill on IG Live.
Nah, this is crazy. This is crazy. Doing a drill live.
Despite his young age and lack of experience, Jeff quickly became a key player in the gang. The turning point came when his close confidant Z-Money was taken out in what was believed to be a backdooring hit. This killing shattered a decade-long truce between Bloodhound and Trap City, igniting an all-out war. For Jeff, this was a pivotal moment, the point where he officially declared open season on his enemies.
I'm taking the killing school. Class start next week. You gotta at least have 2 bodies though. For I ain't
You gotta at least have 2 heads.
I can't work with no beginners.
Man, what?
You gotta at least have a 2. I'm gonna give y'all 2 minimum. A 2. I'm gonna start at 2 minimum, cause y'all know where I'm gonna start at 2.
He's saying this shit on live like police can't just
I'm started at 2 minimum, man.
He don't
2,
care.
you gotta have a minimum of 2. No, anything, you gotta have 2. You gotta have a minimum of 2 of them bitches to come to school. You gonna sit your dumb ass in this seat And whatever I say, do it. If you do anything scary, bitch, I'm smoking.
Within a matter of months, Jeff would allegedly rack up 10 bodies, even
Yo,
commemorating this
what?
grim milestone with a tattoo. Some of their identities are still debated, with names like Lil
He
Gutta
got
from
the
Hit Squad,
teardrops.
Crew from 8-Tray, and a 33-year-old known as Black from the Evans Mob, frequently mentioned by so-called Chiracologists. However, there are some that Jeff did his utmost to prove that he did, while stopping short of handing himself to the cops. First off, there was the murder of Trap City's Leal. In June of 2023, Leal got into a lift on the 1300
Why he like Reggie? A little bit, like a little
block of West Taylor in Little Italy when Bloodhound pulled up and unleashed gunfire, leaving him dead on arrival at the hospital. In the aftermath, the driver Robert Smith opened up about the horrendous attack.
Smith says he hit the gas when someone standing outside of the car started shooting. He rushed going to the hospital where he was pronounced dead.
I was running stop signs at intersections to get away. So at one intersection, I had to stop because there was a car coming through, and then I turned to him and said, "Hey, I'm going to take you to the hospital." And he said, "Okay." Then the next time I stopped, I had to stop at a light because there was two cars coming through the intersection, so I couldn't run it immediately. And I looked back then, and he wasn't moving anymore.
Although no arrests were officially made, Lil Jeff hopped online immediately to claim responsibility.
Go ask my ops that Michael Drake put shit in park. Go ask my ops that Michael Drake, his ass ain't making fuck. Go ask my ops that Michael Drake, his ass ain't get out that car. You know that? I was right there, you know that?
And from there,
You telling me the cops didn't arrest this nigga?
closed by reenacting the scene for his own amusement.
Go, bitch, we set shit up. When I ran up on that car, his ass looked up and he
While this brutal crime cemented his reputation, his most infamous act came on January 26, 2024, the double murder of two high school students, who go by the name of Montario Monty Williams.
Ooh, high school.
Cemented his reputation. His most infamous act came on January 26, 2024, the double murder of two...
Bro, on the right, they're like, he just went to middle school. Like, he fresh out of elementary. Yeah, he like in high school.
who go by the name of Montario Monty Williams and Robert Lil Rob Boston, which were both members of rival gang BKN. Reportedly, the tensions were prompted by an attempted robbery that he escaped.
Have someone ever tried to take like some of your belongings from you?
Now listen, I ain't gonna lie. A nigga did run off on me before. I will tell you that. Niggas did what they did.
What, he zeroed you on the move or something?
Yeah, basically.
He said niggas did what they did,
We done all been
had to
finessed.
pay the consequence.
His ass ran off and it wasn't about shit.
We done all been finessed, bro.
It was a little shit.
That's what comes with the streets.
Shit wasn't about nothing at all. I'm talking about at all.
Believing BKN to be responsible, Lil Jeff swore to get his revenge. On that fateful day in 2024, Monty and Lil Rob were outside Innovations High School when masked assailants hopped out and let off shots. After they were both hit multiple times in the chest, Monty and Lil Rob died at 17 and 16 respectively. These killings shocked Chicago in terms of both the scale of the broad daylight assault and the age of the victims.
Under this CTA elevated platform near Wabash and Washington Loop, where police say two teen boys, a 16 and 17-year-old, both students at Innovations High School, were shot and killed. Fear piercing through the busy mid.
Chicago in terms of both the scale of the broad daylight assault and the age of the victims.
Under this CTA elevated platform near Wabash and Washington in the Loop, where police say two teen boys, a 16 and 17-year-old, both students at Innovations High School, were shot and killed. Fear piercing through the busy midday.
We supposed to get out of that from 12:50, and then they started shooting. They was like, can't nobody go in, can't nobody come out.
It happened shortly before 12:30 this afternoon. Police say 6 students were walking out of the school after classes were dismissed when a car and SUV, both dark in color, pulled up.
And a group of individuals exited said vehicles, fired multiple times, striking 2 of the teenage students of Innovations High School.
But for Jeff, it was just another thing for him to boast about.
I feel if I get mad enough, the shit will start happening. I went black for like a week, and poof. Gotta go. After that one, poof. I came back, poof. I don't live them niggas though.
Elsewhere, in his newly launched rap career, Lil Jeff made reference to turning Za into Za, referring to another moniker for Monty.
Yo.
Suddenly, Jeff became a rising name in Chicago, and as he transitioned into music, his notoriety only fueled his buzz. But with his growing legend came an ever-expanding list of enemies. While he's often recognized as a rapper, it's important to note that Lil Jeff's music career was incredibly short-lived. His earliest tracks like Can't Beat Us only surfaced about 2 years ago, but with his name now carrying weight both in the streets of Chicago and on Reddit as an active shooter, his Stepping in Blood mixtape soon got immensely popular. Soon enough, he was getting calls for interviews where he became cryptic about the exact activities he was up to on the streets.
Cause they said Bloodhound Lil Jeff got 10 bodies. I said, okay, well he can't be in Iraq then. This nigga must be, you feel me? In the UK. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely want to get to know the Bloodhound Lil Jeff story today. Can you start by telling us where you from?
Chicago, you know, east side of Chicago. East side of Chicago.
However, it's clear that he leaned into the image when...
Yeah, what's the most dangerous part of Chicago?
Okay, so you got this reputation, man. You got this crazy reputation. Feel me? How do you move through Chicago? Do you feel like you probably got a target on your back?
Hell nah, these niggas scared me. I'm outside every day. They ass ducking. I never see people.
Yeah, ducking.
Showing their ass where I'm at. We be outside every day. I be from up everywhere. You could think of.
Soon, Lil Jeff's legend continued to expand, with speculation growing that he wasn't solely active in Chicago. In both his own music and that of his allies like Lil Scoom, there were lyrics hinting at him and Q50 operating as hitmen.
It's wild. And then the even more crazy thing about Jeff and Q50 is that, you know, allegedly they were doing hits for money in another city. So there's a whole bunch of
city
talking about.
Why we got UK niggas speaking on this shit?
Hits for paper, doing hits for change. And only since my documentaries came out,
from a whole different part of
a
whole different country.
Theory on Reddit that there's basically was a triple homicide in Milwaukee that people are saying, yo, this is the one where Jeff and Q50, they were paid to kill one guy and they ended up killing 3 guys. And then there's a bunch of lyrics where Jeff and Q50 have these little bars where they're talking about my first hit was a 2 for 1. I'm in Milwaukee doing hits for the change. My first hit wasn't a regular hit. It's actually crazy. These guys are taking it to a whole nother level, and you can tell that they idolize Von.
As wild as it sounds, this theory was backed by Jeff appearing in Milwaukee rappers' music videos,
IBC
along
dude,
with artists like K-Rax paying tribute to him on Instagram.
Free bands for life.
Although he believed the city was beyond saving, Lil Jeff insisted that no matter how much success he gained as a rapper, Chicago was the only place for him as long as he had unfinished business.
How can we make Chicago a better place?
You can't. This shit fucked up. Yeah, that's how. If you what you
You even want to leave Chicago.
Mind your business.
Talking about some unfinished business.
That's it. Just stay in your own lane. That's all you can do. But it's fucked up. I ain't this shit fucked up. You just gotta get the fuck on. If you can move, go ahead and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I know you aspire to move one day once you.
No. I ain't ducking my shit, bro.
Bro, this nigga said I ain't ducking that shit. He think him leaving Chicago. Yeah. He think him leaving Chicago. Niggas be like, yeah, you ducking your shit. He like, nah, I can't even leave now. Niggas gonna say I'm ducking my shit. What?
Then you wanna stay?
Crazy.
I love the record, boss.
He said I love this shit.
One day though, but not right now.
Yeah.
I got shit going on.
But no matter how ruthless he seemed, Jeff wasn't as cold-hearted as he made himself out to be. Beneath the tough exterior, it was clear that he was self-medicating to cope with the trauma of his lifestyle. At one point, he was even seen snorting a perk mid-interview.
Now I see you over there, you getting something together.
This ain't about shit, no attention.
We ain't never seen that on DJ UTV before.
There's a lot of shit you ain't never seen.
Sniffing them.
Seeing he was on the fast track to destruction,
Bro.
some interviewers, such as DJ U, attempted to advise him. But being
what happened in DJ
he
U?
wasn't really trying to hear it.
If a student graduates from this school, their future probably not looking too bright.
What you trying to say?
I'm saying there's only 2 places
So
they
my
can end up
future
being.
not looking bright.
I mean, I don't know if you graduate from the school or not. I don't know.
It's like, man, just look, is my future looking bright or not?
But I'm just saying, if you graduate from a killer school,
He trying to say my shit ain't looking bright.
no, you're a rapper, so your future looks very bright. But if a young man go to a killer school, you know,
Become a rapper and have a bright future. See, there you go, bingo. Exactly, you could do a lot. Listen, that shit come with more. Listen, it's a lot of shit behind the scenes that I can't tell you, and that's why I'm trying to skip questions, cause I can't trying to come on. I skipped the question.
Right.
Fuck on from this shit.
Besides, Lil Jeff had a pretty cynical outlook for someone who was barely even old enough to drink. For one thing, he was scarily at peace with the prospect of his demise, but the alleged mass murderer claimed that if he did go down, there'd be vengeance.
They say I'm dead, tell them to get back. Oh no, they still finna go spin for me though. They still finna spin for me. That boy hell got caught in you rap, dead or not.
Hey, I don't lie, I ain't gonna lie. They might spin for you, but they also might not. You know what I'm saying? Because when you gone, niggas be just saying when you not around, niggas change up, bro. You can't be trusting niggas. You know what I'm saying? They be the closest man. You can't be
Throwing away souls like dirty napkins is crazy. Talking in pre-death is wild. At least he was prepared to go. Clearly, Bloodhound Lil Jeff wasn't scared of going down in a blaze of infamy. In fact, it appeared that he felt there was no way around it once you entered that life. In this sense, Jeff shared the same mindset as one of his rap idols, King Von.
Somebody kill somebody, everybody got family, somebody relate to him or somebody cool with him, you kill him. Now everybody that he was close with is trying to kill you. It's a never ending, or they gonna kill, let's kill somebody close to him.
Right.
It's a never ending cycle, bro. Unless you just on the middle end, my nigga, like, bro. You just gotta be like, bro, like. Hypothetically speaking, somebody, like, God forbid, somebody killed somebody I was close to, like, I'm not finna go my whole life trying to get back. Like, alright, it happened. You feel what I'm saying? You gonna feel how you feel, but can't throw away your life. Can't throw away your whole life for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, alright, it happened. Leave it the fuck alone. Cause like if you like go any further with that shit, it's gonna get worse. It's gonna loop and get worse and worse. It's gonna like
all the people that playing the game,
man.
gone. You see what I'm saying? It's the last man.
The street shit crazy.
You gonna
Street shit,
you gonna die, or you getting lucky around this bitch.
Primed to keep pushing as long as he could, Lil Jeff would never back down nor retreat. So when things went left, those in the know saw it as a foregone conclusion. Inevitably though, if you knew Jeffrey, yes, inevitably. And sure enough, in the same year that he was catapulted to fame, Lil Jeff would be taken out of the picture. Considering how much dirt he did in the streets
in the same year,
rivals, Lil Jeff was already firmly on their most wanted list. But the situation escalated when he was caught in Trap City during an attempted drill. After chasing his enemies into their own territory, Jeff stormed into a house, aiming to take out an op, only to catch a bullet to the chest.
Damn.
And although he was rushed to the hospital, it was a little too late, as he was pronounced dead on arrival. The crime scene noted that a male victim, John Doe, was near a sidewalk when he was struck in the chest by gunfire. The victim was transported to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. There are no suspects in custody.
What do all them numbers mean, like, in different spots and shit? What do that, like, why is it scattered, like, scattered in different places?
And for his enemies, his death
I
was a
don't know
cause
what
for
that mean.
celebration. Lil Jeff was gunned down at just 21 years old, and for his enemies, his death was a cause for celebration.
Damn.
They say they chop that brain. Hey, twig. Hey, overpaid. What you on? Can't eat this shit. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh, yo.
Bro, this is crazy. This is real life.
I gave you that. I bet. Pop that right now.
But to so many others like FBG Young, it was a case of a young man striving to be something to the extent that it killed him.
I feel like they die out faster because they just jumping into something they don't know the steps of. They just like, okay, jumping in and go off to diss songs and still gotta catch the bus or still gotta ride and catch the Uber and stuff like that. So they they don't really know like a lot of things can affect you with going that route, especially when you ain't got everything taken care of already. You still a kid when you first starting off anyway. You still living with your mama. You probably ain't got no money. You gotta take these buses. You fucking with these hoes that fucking with these other people. So it's all stuff could play out, but they not knowing this at the time though.
According to Chirac experts, the death of Lil Jeff was linked to the attempted setup of a man named Trap City Rob.
You can see on the video somebody outside like talking to their girlfriend or, you know, talking to a person who they just interacted with. And you see him run down and chase the guy in the house. And then you see him flying back off the porch. And then you hear do 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 do. And the paperwork can say he was hit 19 times in the chest area.
He was shot
19 times.
19?
And that's how I think they grabbed Rob for the murder, because it's overkill. It ain't self-defense 19 times. Clearly see on camera that 4 dudes is waiting outside basically to ambush them. Like, I don't think he should be in jail, but in Chicago, they lock up the wrong people. They let out the wrong people, you know, and it's just crazy, man. But Rob, he's still up in there. He's still up in there, and he got charged with the murder of Lil Jeff.
Rob was recently
Chad,
put up
this
for the murder
shit
after a
crazy.
witness allegedly placed him at the scene. In a bizarre twist, cops had to use 2 sets of cuffs on Rob's due to his sheer size. But with a lack of falling
Nigga too big. Nigga had to wear 2 cuffs. 2 separate cuffs? You fucking big ass nigga.
evidence,
Shit crazy.
he was ultimately released. Rather than boasting about it, he seems more focused on moving forward.
Go ahead, yes.
He told me I don't want to talk.
You don't want to talk?
Yeah. I trot Rob. What you on, gang?
What you on, gang?
You know, shit, we coolin'.
Yeah.
We right here talking.
As for Lil Jeff's fans, they simply saw it as a case of squandering the potential he had. He jumped off the porch at 18, which means he had nothing to do after high school but hang with the wrong crowd, and went hard in the streets to catch up or prove himself. Having a name as an alleged killer and definitely a robber while moving around like that is like having a death wish. But while most normal people saw him as
Chad, if
someone
you
who
young,
simply squandered his potential
or it
and
don't
fell
matter,
victim
bro.
to the
You
streets,
like,
so-called Chirocologists
if you see yourself like slowly heading into this direction, stop. Stop this shit. There's not the life you wanna live.
What is it called? Jeffology?
Not the life you wanna live.
They have a Jeffology. They're calling him
There's
J.
nothing good in it.
Which I was very into that. Like, one of the most damning things is like this series of
If you
emojis
think about
that he
like,
put in his captions.
thinking about it for the money, you were thinking about it for the bitches, or you thinking about it for the fucking street credit, whatever you would call it, my nigga. Like, that shit all is temporary. Bitch is temporary. Money is temporary. Fucking, like, bro, and once you gone, niggas gonna forget about you. So it's not worth it at all. You feel what I'm saying? You might as well do something good.
In which each different emoji seemed to reference a different person. So like a lot of people have seen this like really traumatic video of basically these 2 high school age kids. They got killed in Chicago. It's been alleged that Lil Jeff was the one who took them out.
As for his homies, the world essentially stopped. In a tribute post, Lil Scoom89 couldn't believe what happened to his fallen brother, saying, "I love you. I'ma be with you real soon." A talented rapper in his own right,
You gonna be with him real soon? How the fuck?
Scoom had big plans for life beyond the shy.
Like, where you want to be at age 33?
Somewhere in Europe in a big ass crib with my wife and kids. So not worrying about shit. My first goal now is get away from here for period point blank. Like, I already don't be in this month. Like, what's the point of living here for?
See? You can't, bro. Can't even make it past certain ages. You can't do certain shit if you doing dumb shit like this in the streets.
Shit, I wanna have kids, gang. I ain't gonna lie, fuck. I don't get no how tough you is on my dead cousin grave. What a real nigga scared of death and fucking jail. My cousin grave, don't let no nigga tell you they not scared of that shit.
But tragically, Scoom wouldn't get a chance to achieve any of that. Instead, he barely lasted a month before he was ambushed and murdered while simply trying to get a haircut.
Nigga got set up. That
Chicago's
shit
Grill was
crazy.
relieved of 2 of its biggest prospects for the future, leaving a glaring hole in the scene.
I feel like if they had some real guidance in their life, like motherfuckers who's really
And they
standing
still
on
looking for Nene
them,
Bricks little
how
ass, right?
motherfuckers be standing on me and how I stand on my artists is
Or
that
she
I feel
did, I
like
don't
Lil
know.
Jeff and
I don't
Lil
know.
Schoon, them little niggas would be, they was something to work with. Like I ain't gonna lie, like they the new generation.
But by the sounds of it, all that despair hasn't stopped 079 Bloodhound from staying active. According to Traplo Ross, their homie and fellow rapper Q50 has recently picked up where Jeff left off. He also argues that if Jeff had survived, he would almost certainly be behind bars by now.
You know, Q50's still out here. He got arrested for a little period of time, but he got let back out, and he's just out here, you know, navigating the streets with supposedly with 8 bodies. I don't know how he's not in jail. It's actually kind of baffling, this whole situation.
Kind of
If Jeff was
baffling.
here, he would definitely
Why
be
is
in
this
jail.
nigga speaking on this shit? This nigga's from a whole different country, bro. He speak like, listen to his accent. He's not from US. Why is he speaking on this shit?
Facing really serious charges for a number of bodies that he'd allegedly committed and claimed. Those guys made it really obvious for everyone, you know.
In a rare interview,
He got a bogus ass coat thief glasses
for
on.
firearm possession, insisted that he's still pushing on for his brothers in every way.
Okay, how did Lil Jeff and Scoom impact your life?
Alright, so I ain't gonna lie. When I lost my big brother, I ain't gonna lie, that shit, I'm gonna keep that shit a buck. Cause I ain't no more, you know, I ain't no lying ass nigga. That shit hurt me. That's my big brother. That's my everyday nigga. This we the same nigga. We the same brain. We think like, you know what I'm saying? We do everything together. This when I'm downstairs sleep. This who coming downstairs. He don't get no fuck if I got a hole in the bed. He gonna come downstairs and wake me up just cause that's my big brother. Can't no any nigga just do that.
Already reeling from the passing of Jeff, he claimed in a moment of real vulnerability that the death of Scoom was the last straw where he was taken away.
Lil Scoom, that was my heart. Cause Lil Bro, the thing y'all don't know about Lil Bro, he had a sweet soul. Lil Bro always smiling. He bring a smile out of me, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like when my little brother died, and it was a month after, I took that shit. I ain't gonna lie, I had to take a minute, like, you know what I'm saying? My big brothers, they had ended up just putting me where, like, not no hospital, nothing. They just put me in a different spot so I can get my man straight and don't move off promotion.
Later, he revealed that the loss of Philly's YBC duel affected him as well.
He doing this shit genuinely. He didn't want to fade out of nothing. Folks, I ain't like, we barely, when me and Duel get on the phone, we barely even talk about music. It's about how I'm doing right now.
That's fire.
How I'm holding up.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. All three of them made a song.
Which depicts where we're at with drill. YBC Duel was also a collaborator of Lil Jeff and Scooms on the track Long Live Jeffrey Dahmer. Now 7 months on from those visuals going live on YouTube, every single one of these artists has passed on.
They
With the
all
story of
gone. That
Lil
shit
Jeff,
crazy.
you see where the worlds of rap and the streets get far too entangled. These days, the more real-life dirt you've done, the more it boosts your career. And for Chicago OGs like Tay Savage, who can see how much havoc it's wreaking, hip-hop needs to move on from that era of IG live taunting and dead op dissing.
That's telling. That's motherfucker always talking about telling. That's telling. Try snitching. You telling on yourself.
But it's not really okay.
You selling your soul, trying to hope a label gonna catch you or something. Like, alright, now it's cool. Like, okay, I can get you. You probably, like you say, it's art. So I can get you maybe. Alright, it's this little stigma right here. Let me play on that. But when you talking about real work and you saying like shit that's open, I'm talking about like shit that, come on, bro. I get you need some type, like a certain type of image to be the type of rapper that trying to be or whatever, but that's telling. You doing all that police shit, all that, that's telling. But when you just on that motherfucker just straight out, oh yeah, we did that, we smokers, yeah, nah, that shit goofy, I ain't gonna lie.
Because when that becomes commonplace, it'll no longer yield the same kind of star-making quality. And so, they'll always have to up the ante, and that is a terrifying thought.
And there's gonna be another motherfucker that's gonna wanna beat Lil Jeff.
Yeah.
So he gonna be like, okay, damn, Lil Jeff snorted that on there. What can I do? Shit, I'm gonna throw somebody off a bridge.
Nah, that is how niggas be thinking, bro.
He wasn't just some video game
It's
character.
dumb as shit.
He was a real, albeit dangerous person, and to friends like JB Bin Laden, his loss was deeply felt.
When did you meet Lil Jeff? I really like his big brother. That's one of my best friends for real. I know him since he was like really like 6, 7. What's he like growing up as a kid?
6? Let me chill.
He's a sneaky badass little kid, bro. He'd be like sneaky bad. Everything he did for real, he excelled in that shit. You got funny Lil Jeff stories? This one when he was a little kid. Back then we used to have little socks. Shit, bro was a hooper too. Put his socks on, the little hoopers, elite little Nike socks.
Hold on.
This one when he was a little kid. Back then we used to have little socks. Shit, bro was a hooper too.
Bro,
Socks
put
on,
my
the
sound
little
at.
hoopers, elite little Nike socks. Them bitches was they mad as hell, face red as hell. Yeah, that's some real little brother shit.
Long live Lil Jeff, man.
Long live Schoon, man. Long live LA, man. Free for now, man. Fuck the ops.
And unfortunately, the war that took his life and countless others shows no signs of slowing down. Recently, JB Bin Laden and his crew barely survived an ambush at a recording studio, an attack that happened while they were being filmed for a documentary by Brandon Buckingham.
These are the final moments I filmed before we exited the recording studio, and were met by 6 masked gunmen who emptied over 60 rounds at us at close range, injuring 4 people.
The shooting happened right outside
What?
of the studio.
How the fuck they get the drop? How after they get it, after I got out of the interview, bro? Close range dumping that bitch? How the fuck they get the drop? How the fuck? No, that's
Matter of
crazy.
fact, I want you to come take a look at this. One of the bullets pierced this door, and that's not the only one. We found a shell casing on the sidewalk.
Niggas threw a scanner out.
4 men were shot.
And in the process, a cameraman was struck in the jugular with a bullet, narrowly escaping.
Well, there's blood all over me. Did I get hit? Or is that my hand? Did I get hit? Oh fuck, did I get hit? Did I get hit? Oh, I got hit.
With promises,
He didn't even know he got hit. That's
a
adrenaline. That's like adrenaline right there.
It's clear that his legacy will live on, but he could have been so much more. Not to mention that if he never got caught up in this life, as many as 11 others might still be alive too. Stop the violence. It's your boy Luesta, and if you guys want to see more videos about the dark side of hip-hop, you can click one of the videos on the screen. As always, I want to thank y'all for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
No, this shit was crazy, chat. Yo, chat. This shit crazy. He had 11 bodies. Q50 had 8 bodies. Like, that is crazy, bruh. Niggas getting backdoor, all that. Stay out that shit. If you win that shit, I don't know, bro. Niggas be hard headed. You win that shit, get out of that shit. If you thinking about getting into it, stop. Stop right now. That's all I gotta say. I'm gonna get y'all niggas in the next reaction video, man. Let me know what y'all want me to react to next. You know what I'm saying? I got you.